Hey, welcome. Today I want to talk to you about the fast way to fat loss, what it is, and the benefits of it. So basically, the fast way to fat loss is a digital nutritional company. That means everything that they offer can be found in the palm of your hand. As far as we have an app, and that is a huge component of it. But you also get a coach, someone like me that helps people get the results that they're looking for. Okay, what kind of results? Well, I like to think about this as there's like two islands. And over here is the island of processed foods. And if you live on this island, you will feel like crappy cakes, like I felt most of my life. And then over here is the island of whole food nutrition and good water intake and really taking care of yourself in a really healthy way. And for many years, I knew I wanted to be on this island. I just didn't know how to get there. And if I got there, I didn't know how to stay there. So it was like I kept, crossing this bridge kind of through my own effort and my own ways. And then I would, then I'd go live under the bridge, like halfway in, halfway out, kind of doing life my own way. And I had a lot of different symptoms. I have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid condition. And so if I ate gluten or ate sugar, it would just be a train wreck. But I liked those things, and so I couldn't figure out how to live here, and so I just kept going back here. So, what the faster way to fat loss does is it really helps, really train and educate and walk with. And so the invitation is to not only just like try out this lifestyle, but live here. So it is a different way of thinking about it. It's really saying goodbye to diet, diet culture, but living in this other realm of health. And the components that I like about the faster way is you have education. It's literally a 6-week program of education, but also it's 6 weeks of doing. And so as you walk through this, you start feeling better and better and better, and you start implementing these different things. You have lots of celebrations along the way, and then you kind of just become transformed into this new, better version of you, and feeling really, really good, and letting go of the inflammation and headaches and any type of body aches, bloating. The sleep becomes regulated, and so it just like becomes like really this bridge is really just a transformation into this new realm of whole food nutrition and really understanding what that looks like. Now, a couple of things that you get with each coach. Each coach has their own little flair. My flair that I bring is I love food. I love food. And I have, left behind, like I used to be a baker where I had all this sugary sweets and I would make the best kind of concoctions for friends and family that would come over. I've left that because even though I loved the way it tasted, I didn't like the way it left me feeling. And so now I have, like this morning, I made this phenomenal breakfast. It has sweet potatoes, eggs, it has some Swiss chard in it, and some kale, and some chicken sausage, and it's phenomenal. And so those are the kind of things like I was eating it going, oh my gosh, this just tastes so good. So that's what I love, is having making foods that I love that love me back. And so that's why I want to stay on this island. It makes me just feel whole. But the other thing I also bring is, if you look at the diet culture, we have, how many people, they lose weight and then they gain it right back. And so I believe there is something within our own sense of self and our identity. And so I will tell you this. In 2018, I had this big conversion experience where I really understood it's not about what I do. That doesn't make me who I am, but there's something deeper, like a soul level deep. And I really understood how much I am loved, unconditionally loved by God the Father. And at my baptism, I was transferred from one kingdom into another. And so I am in the beloved kingdom of the Son. And so as I really took that in, and I did a lot of talking to my favorite priests, and I did a lot of research, and I did a lot of, Father John Ricardo is a priest that really gets this as well. And his messaging is beautiful. And he is really helps people understand their truest identity in Christ. And so as I started like taking all that in, it was interesting. I didn't have to use food to fill me because I was already filled. And so my belief, like, I knew that I was loved and there was a safety there and a security there. And so then it was easy to stay on this island. And so in 2024, I left teaching mentally. I was still teaching, but I was like, I know that I'm not going to stay in teaching. I know that I need to be in this realm of wellness education for women. And so researched different companies and really was introduced to the Faster Way to Fat Loss by a good friend of mine who had gotten great results with her hormones and just feeling a centering back to herself. And so I became certified as a coach in January 2025. And this is what I do. I help women come into what we have as a 6-week round. And the 6-week round, you download the app. And so there's a lot of components in the app. And so we talk about getting your water. You have to make sure you're hydrated. So many of us walk around dehydrated. So we focus on that, and we also focus on things like intermittent fasting the first week. And what intermittent fasting is just having digestive rest. So in our culture, we just eat. We eat nonstop, like around the clock. You know, it's no big deal to grab a snack, you know, at 11 o'clock at night. Well, this, with intermittent fasting, we just stop the eating at a certain time of a cutoff, and so you have digestive rest. And so we teach you how to do that. We kind of lean into that and educate you on that in the first week. And then we also talk about what is whole food nutrition. I love sharing the recipes that are like near and dear to my heart. And so I share those with you. And then the Faster Way has a phenomenal amount of just really tasty food recipes, meal plans that you get, like, here, eat this. And then, so that's like the first week, you're just kind of like prepping, like understanding the possibilities. And it's leaving behind diet culture and really entering into feeding yourself like you know you need to be fed, you know, like your body's craving. And then the second week, we go a little bit deeper into the macronutrients that we need. And we do not particularly look at calories, but we look at the macronutrients because so many times women do not get enough carbs and they're really not getting enough protein. And so, like, for instance, when I came into the Faster Way, I thought I was eating really, really well because I'd been doing it for so long, as far as, you know, for over 5 years of eating pretty much whole foods. But what I wasn't doing is really tracking my carbs. And different macros. So my carbs are always low. And so when I came into the Faster Way, I was like, oh my gosh. And the amount of healthy carbs that I eat now really has centered me and balanced me and helped me kind of come to life. And you have great energy when you have good carbs in your system. So that has been a treat for me. But we teach you how to do that. And so in 2023, when I was doing a weightlifting program, the man I was following was like, you got to really track your macros. And I was like, well, number one, what is a macro? Well, it's your protein, your fat, and your carbs. You know, all food can be broken down into those macronutrients. And so he's like, you got to track this if you really want to lose fat. And so I was trying to get into his algorithm. I couldn't do it. It was just like, you need to be like, I don't know, have this big understanding of math to be able to do what he wanted me to do. And I was like, that's not going to happen. And so what I enjoy about the Faster Way, it has so many easy ways to track your macros. Literally, this is what I do. I get on the app and I just voice log my food. So I can say I had a half a cup of sweet potatoes, 2 eggs, 1 sausage link of chicken sausage, and a half a cup of blueberries. I can just say all that, and it just like, it puts all my macros in. And so there is great freedom in that. And I do love that word freedom, because so many times we think structure is about, I don't want to do all these things. There's such structure to it. But actually structure, if it's done well and it's done easy that you can do it, it does create phenomenal freedom. And so that's what I have found with the Faster Way when I put in my macros. I have to preload them because if I post-load them after the day's gone, my fat's always way too high, and my carbs are really too low because I go back to like the natural way I have eaten, kind of a keto way. And with the faster way, again, it gives you more carbs, and so I preload those, and it's really fun. Like to put them in, I'm like, oh, look how much food I get to eat, and it's whole food, and it makes me feel great. And then, so that's week 2, and then the third week we really look at the workouts, and people can start the workouts right away. I definitely started them right away, but I just did them like just my body weight, and I just followed the trainer in their moves. And what I have found through the workouts. Okay, so for 10 months, I did strength training, like hardcore strength training in a gym. This has given me more body composition changes because it is varied. So on Monday and Tuesday, it's a different type of workout than Wednesday through Sunday. And then even on Friday and Sunday, we have a different type of workout. It's like a Pilates type stretching workout, but we have strength training days that pair with the macronutrients. And I know that's a lot to like, what did she just say? But basically when I'm filming this on a Saturday, it's leg day today. So I have higher carbs today, and that's all done in the app. I don't have to worry about it. I just follow what the app says. And then I just go crush this leg day and lift really, really heavy weights, and it feels fantastic. So that's week 3, is really understanding the power of the workouts. And then we just keep synchronizing everything. So we have carb cycling, the macronutrients, the intermittent fasting, the whole food nutrition. And you just keep learning and growing in that. Every single day I'm emailing my clients or putting it in a Facebook group if that's what we're doing. I communicate with them every single day. When they have questions, we get on the phone. I talk through like however they need to receive help. And I just help the women in my groups get what they're looking for. And it has been the most rewarding experience. I love I like this vision of unveiling. Like, it was already there, and they're just learning new habits and unlearning old habits and kind of stepping into who they really are. And it's just been, it's all about liberation, and I love the process. So if you have specific questions, you can email me, LoriDornemann@gmail.com, and we can, I can answer those. We can get on the phone together if that would be helpful. But basically, the Fast Way to Fat Loss is a tool that really helps people go from this of kind of sickness and eating kind of our sad culture, the standard American diet, and going into this other area of health and nutrition and vibrancy. So it's just a bridge, it's a tool, and I love it. All right,